I'm going to go a bit afield though. You'll have to have seen some recent news. You know when s1mple months ago now, something like 2 months ago, joined BC Game. A lot of people won't remember this. I'm not joking when I say I just have a very good memory for when things happen in the order. There was even a rumour back then, I think it was Striker on HLTV confirmed said this, that at the time it wasn't just they signed s1mple. I think the rumour was they also tried to actually themselves sign the call that went to Passion UA instead. Well, recently also, I think it was Striker again said on HLTV that supposedly BC Game was trying to sign, like, I think it was the fucking Heroic Core, the more recent one with like Nilo and all those guys. I think it was in look, people will know separately 100 things about who's going to sign Game Allegiance Core. Obviously, the meta in VRS, people have forgotten, is if you want to become instantly relevant and go to tournaments, you just sign someone else's 3 players that have the points, and in theory, you can get relevant. So the point here is this: for my ugly, I'm just putting BC Game. Because on the one hand, you have this information that they've been trying to sign cores over this time. Well, if you look how good s1mple is, that means you could basically take any of these cores. By the way, s1mple's better than all the AWPers on these teams. Chuck s1mple in the AWP position, and essentially, you could be at one of the next tournaments. You could just get an invite. You could just be at, and we could all be watching s1mple play tier 1 play. The problem is, though, the reason I put this as ugly is because that sounds awesome, except it hasn't happened. They haven't managed to get any of the cores, so we're still just watching him play like weird online CS with Andu, and they've benched the Prime Taps guy. And then on top of that, if you want to give me the ultimate, like, good, bad, it's like, good news, we're trying to sign cores. Oh, brilliant, I can't wait for that. Bad news is, all we've managed to give you is electronic. It's like, what? With a time machine? Like, what are you talking about? Why we... So for some bizarre reason... Tell you what, fucking hell, electronic, mate. I know there's all the drama in the last few years with Navi. s1mple must fucking love you, mate, to bring you into this team now. Like, if he's staying there, what are we doing? Because I feel like everyone in the world is collectively out on electronic. Like, he hasn't been that good individually for a long time. He obviously did the IGL thing, which was very unpopular with a lot of different teams now. It just, this is why I picked it as ugly, because I just don't know what direction BC Game's going in. I feel like the core signing idea is a great one. Get that, get straight back in. We can see if s1mple's any good, then we can see if there's any future. Just have an electronic. I don't know what that even does, so I've just picked this as my ugly. Flashy, what do you think of BC Game, basically?
I mean, I think it makes sense what they're trying to do, right? Like, they would instantly get some invites if they manage to get any of the cores. But from what I have heard, not just regarding to this, but in general, is that the prices of players went like kind of like unreasonably high. Like, even like the young players and all the players, like, I think everything is just expensive. So maybe that's why they didn't find any cores to actually go through with the signing off, because I think it's just everyone knows that they are potentially giving away a major spot or potentially giving away a lot of like tournament participation, right? So for sure they're trying to find a core. I think it's obvious, but I'm just not sure who will actually end up selling to them.
I hope BC Game have enough money, even if it's an extraordinarily expensive core, or I hope that s1mple gets an offer after his BC Game contract ends that he can get onto a tier 1 team in the upcoming year. I think he's clearly proven himself. I mean, simply put, he's just the best player in tier 2. So he is clearly capable, and now also, even having seen what he did at Austin, I think there's more than enough proof to say that you could see him as an upgrade for legitimately maybe all but 5 teams in the world right now as their opper. I think it's an incredibly short list of people who I would say, I don't know if I would replace that person with s1mple. Probably like Zywoo, Molodoy, Monacy. I mean, barring not being able to speak the language, like a 910 and a Shiro. I feel like almost everybody, there's a case that s1mple could do some good for that roster. I think BC Game's in a position where they're probably also scrambling, knowing that, where they know that they've only got s1mple for this short period of time, and that if we don't put something around s1mple will just leave. Although the only thing that could really entice s1mple to stay is, one, he gets to really build the team around himself, which seems like has already begun with Electronic. The other thing is that the salary that he's getting for BC Game might just completely eclipse anything that he's going to get other than maybe those 5 teams I had already mentioned. I don't even know, for example, if like, I don't know if no offense to Liquid. I don't know if Liquid would pay what BC Game's paying s1mple today. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. It's possible, but I'm just saying, it's just like, from what I've kind of heard rumblings about with his numbers and everything like that, it just seems absurd. So maybe he just wants to hang out there and hope for the best, because the stack that he's making right now is just seems absurd. It just seems crazy.
By the way, 2 quick things. One, I can't lie. The reason why it's a bomber, that's why I put is ugly, is because, bro, if you actually told me, like, if that news, look, bear in mind, he can't be in the major now, it's too late. If you just dropped the news, though, like, the next tier 1 land, s1mple's there, and he's with, like, the heroic course. Yeah, I'm interested. Like, I would love to fucking see that game. Like, that sounds really exciting. That team's already actually pretty good. Like, some of those players, like, they're already upsetting a bunch. That'd be straight fire. I have a question for you, Flashy. It's the end of the episode anyway. Right? Obviously, you're not like, this isn't the scene from Oppenheimer where they're fucking like interviewing him for that like congressional committee or something. You're not going to go to prison if you answer this wrong, but I'm going to leave it totally open-ended as to how you answer it. Right? Technically, you were in Na'vi during the exact period of time where the whole thing from outside was, will they ever bring s1mple back? Will he ever come and get to join the real team and play instead of Wonderful maybe? Or, I mean, at the time, if you remember, the rumour was even that he was going to be a rifler. Maybe he could have been instead of Immer or something like that. That was the whole thing last year. Was that ever internally within Na'vi like a real option, do you think? Was it ever possible he could have come back? Was that just not even something people were thinking about? What would you say?
From what I know, it was never an option at all.
Okay.
For him to come back. Before he was on the bench, I think we had some bad experience playing with him, and I think from that point it was not an option. Obviously, like, nothing to take away from him. He's the GOAT for sure. And it was actually I managed to work with him only 2 months when I joined Na'vi. He has been nothing but great, but at the same time. It was hard for these new players to play with him in that atmosphere that we had in the team at that time.
More cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.